I often tell people that in a moment of crisis, it is important to get back to the basics. The basics, the basics are hard, and yet the basics are what we need. There's a psychologist called Maslow, and he came up with this thing called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And he said, for psychologists, for people, helpers, all of us in this room, our job is to help people be the best that they can be, right? How do you reach your utmost potential? And that we call self-actualization. How can you be the best that you can be? And Maslow says, that's all great and grand, but we can't have that conversation if we don't have the right building blocks that a person needs in order to be in a space to talk about how to be the best that they can be. In moments of crisis, we got to go back to the basics. Maslow argues that the basics starts with basic physiological needs that we have. Are you eating? Are you sleeping? Right? Are you resting your body? Are you feeling your body? And I can't tell you how many times when I'm working with my high schoolers that that's the only part that I'm able to talk to them about. When they're talking about, Dr. Lee, I just got rejected by Harvard. Dr. Lee, I just got a poor grade in my exam. I got disappointing news about a relationship, or I'm worrying about, right? When they're talking about all these big worries that they have, and I say, well, have you been sleeping and eating? And they say, no. And I say, well, we can't have any big conversations about all these other things that are happening in your life if right now you're not taking care of your basic needs. Because if we're not well fed, if we're not well rested, our ability to think clearly, to problem solve, to manage our emotional distress is simply going to be compromised. If you're not sleeping, you're not eating, everything's just going to feel bigger. And your ability to face those things are just not going to be there. We got to get back to the basics, right? So Maslow says that's got to be the primary. Are we doing that? And once we're doing that, are we safe? And what he talks about safety is safety around, do you know where home is? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you feel safe in your environment? Do you have the basics that you need to get about your everyday? And right now, we have people that we're caring for that the fundamental needs on these two levels are compromised. There's food insecurity, there's housing insecurity, there's the climate insecurity, or impact of climate change that has led to the insecurities of these things. We have to get to the basics. And how do we provide support for our young people to assure those last two, the fundamental levels of physiological and safety needs? And then Maslow says, if we're able to feel physiologically, and I would think he's talking about physiologically safe, do we feel psychologically safe? And that's where love and belonging comes in. Do our young people feel loved and accepted and in a sense of belonging? And that too is being compromised right now in real time, right? So Maslow's hierarchy keeps going because he says if we're physiologically safe, we are psychologically safe, then that is the foundation in which a person can get creative and have the capacity to say, who am I? Who can I be? And that is the moment they can get daring and creative to say, I am going to go after this. I am going to go after that. I am going to dream big. And I am going to be all that I can be. And he argues that without that proper foundation to ask our kids to think widely and broadly and bravely is a tall ask. So in moments of crisis, we need to think about the basics. I just want, I'm a visual person. So I want you to kind of take this in, right? At our school, we talk a lot about, you know, at a school like Exeter and many schools, we can take care of the physiological, right? We can feed our kids. We can make sure that they have safety around the environment that they're in. We talk a lot in our campus about belongingness. We make sure that we can address things like food insecurity and safety and people feeling that there are affinity spaces for them, cultural spaces for them, and places where kids can land and feel secure. But that's a very privileged environment. Not all kids have access to all of that. And I seek your partnership in thinking about what are the needs on the grounds for our kids to help provide some of these needs that they have.